Excuse me? What are you doing? Your dinner. What is that? A tree rabbit? I never heard of a tree rabbit.
Jackrabbit.
Yeah, I hunt it. Well, on the ground?
Tree rabbits is in the trees.
Ah, I see.
Where's all these people here?
Well,
Who are you?
I might ask the same question. Who are you?
I am Jim Bridger, trapper, entrepreneur, famed mountain man.
You're looking pretty good for 200 years old, and aren't you a little far from home?
I am. I heard that you go to Mesa to winter, stay warm, heading back to Wyoming for the summer.
Makes sense.
Where are you from?
We're from Mesa. We're
Really?
up here on Pioneer Trek.
Well, okay.
Woo! Go Mesa!
Well, who are all these people, and why are they sitting on buckets? I hope they're not doing what looks like they're doing.
No, they're chairs, and they're getting ready for tonight's entertainment.
Good, good. So, what are you doing up here?
We're reenacting a Pioneer Trek.
Pioneer Trek.
Yeah.
Did you come all the way from Mesa on your carts?
Actually, we had buses bring us up here.
Buses. So, how far are you going?
Well, we're going to go.
You going to Salt Lake?
No, we're.
St. George. Going to St. George, taking that honeymoon trail up over Lee's Backbone to the Grand Canyon across the Colorado.
No.
So what you doing?
We're just kind of going around here.
Kind of going in circles.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let me get this straight. Came up here on buses.
Right.
You're going in circles.
Well, we're going a long ways. We did 16 miles up to now, and we'll do 18 or 19 by the time we get done
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah.
You know, I knew them pioneers. They do 20 to 30 miles in a day, 6 days per.
I know.
So, what part of the trek you reenacted?
Well, pulling, and these guys got pretty tired pulling.
Well, okay, I'll buy that. You know, I knew Brigham Young, met him once, fine fellow. Said he was taking his people to Salt Lake. I told him that, well, first of all, I was the first white guy to see Salt Lake, and it is very salty. I discovered on a day that was a little ripe, had showered for a while and jumped in to clean up. Got out smelling worse than I got in. But anyway, I told him that weren't no place to be taking folks, and he wasn't going to grow nothing. I offered him $1,000 for the first year of corn he grew.
You know, their farming turned out pretty well there.
I know. I've had to avoid Salt Lake these many years.
So you welched on your offer, Brigham Young.
I reckon I did. But, I saw those handcart folk coming through on the way to Salt Lake, stopping at Fort Bridger, named after me. Raggedy looking bunch if I ever saw one. They'd stop, they hardly had nothing, wanted to trade. I usually trade a little bit with them just to give them a little bit, felt bad for them, so send them on their way. But anyway, they was good people, hard-working people, city slickers, making that trek across the country, made it to Salt Lake. Good folk.
Yes, there. In fact, these youth here, many of them had ancestors that were among them. Came across the plains and helped settle Utah and Arizona.
Really? Well, it turned out to be a fine-looking bunch. Some of them come across the plains were kind of plain-looking people. Their descendants look like they turned out okay. There's a couple guys out there, maybe not, but
their mustaches stay on.
yeah, they do. I never could grow a good beard, and I saw pictures of me in the Wikipedia, and he had a beard, so I thought it better if I was wandering around, somebody saw me, I should have one on.
That was a good choice.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. How do you do?
Somebody said I look like Gandalf. I'm not quite sure who Gandalf is.
That's
Anyway,
great. Well, you have any advice for this?
Yeah, I was
crew?
gonna say, I need to be on my way. I've enjoyed conversating, but I need to eat this before it gets gamey on me. But I do have, when you get old, you always have advice and opinions. So let me just tell you, I probably knew some of your ancestors, met a lot of those pioneers. They were a good, God-fearing, hard-working people. And maybe when things get a little tough for you, and they will, you think about those pioneers and what they had to go through, and just think you can do it too. Anyway, I'm going to go have my dinner. Good conversating with you.
All right, now for the real MCs of the show, welcome Cheyenne Campbell and Jess Solberg.